it out. Yeah,
Okay.
it's live. That's fine.
It's live?
Yes, babe, we're live.
Freaking bullied on live.
What? No, not live. We're recording.
I don't want to get bullied on live. I'll
Oh
cry.
my god. All right. Well, on that note, welcome to the very first episode of Couch Co-op. I'm your host, host with the most, Johnny Blue. You can just call me Johnny. It's what I'm going to be referred to on here. And with me today, I have my lovely esposa,
Josy.
Josy. I'm going to probably call her babe a few times. I'm going to try to stop that, but it's whatever. So, my channel kind of already knows me a little bit, but why don't you talk about yourself a little bit more? Tell us a little bit, whatever you want, It's not a school icebreaker, so just go at it.
Okay. Well, I am a full-time law student, third year. I work legal jobs, which is fun. I live with him, and we have two cats.
They'll probably
They'll probably make
jump up here
appearances up here
because they're ignorant. But
yeah, two cats, one hedgehog, and yeah, we work and we go to school, and I go to school and I work and yeah, I like Netflix shows and crime.
yeah, our Netflix recommendations are all just crime documentaries, and whenever we try to watch a show or anything or a movie, I'll be like, oh, I know you like crime docs. You want to watch this one? She'll be like, oh, I watched that, or oh, I read that case. I like that one. So,
Yeah.
we never really have nothing new to watch. Because she watches all of that, and then I'm a big anime buff. I guess I can talk about myself a little bit more because you guys have only ever seen me playing games. So of course, I'm a big time gamer. But other than that, yeah, I mean, we met in school. That's how we got together. I raised her up. Yeah, but yeah. So, I'm not in school right now, but I'm planning on going back. I work, of course. I have a really weird work schedule. That's why my streams are usually in the morning. But you guys will probably hear more about my job later on as we continue doing this. I'm just a security guard, honestly, not anything major. But yeah, I mean, I'm a big time gamer. I'm an anime buff. I like watching a lot of anime. I read manga as well. She's read a few mangas, right?
Junji Ito
Junji Ito
is my man.
Which ones of them are your favorite? Because I know you've read a few.
My favorite is probably Tomi. I really like, and God, what's that one? It's the most popular one.
Uzumaki?
Yeah, Uzumaki and Tomi are my favorite.
So I've read Uzumaki with you. I don't think I've read Tomi. Do you remember what Tomi was about?
Yeah, it's about
can you talk about it a little bit? Because I don't remember that one.
It's about a girl who kills people, and she can come back to life over and over again, and she likes to capture boys and kill them, make them have a crush on her, and then she kills them.
Okay.
So yeah.
No, interesting. Like a femme fatale sort of thing or whatever. Okay.
Yes.
I never I've heard of Tomi. I never read it. I'm not really super big into Junji Ito stuff because I'm not really into horror and gore all that much.
I love my horror.
I'm like an action buff, as you know. I like I'm a you don't know this term, but people that watching probably do. I'm a shonen guy, so Black Clover, Naruto, Dragon Ball, stuff like that. My Hero, that's the stuff that I'm into. I like big action and dramatic stories too. I'm starting to get into rom-coms a little bit. Still taking it easy on those, but I'm still getting into them. So I like the drama a little bit. I know that this one loves drama. We were actually talking before the show started because we kind of just are loose with what we want to talk about. Since we're on the topic of shows, she has been trying so hard for the longest to get me into Bridgerton, and I remember I sat through a singular episode and I never wanted to watch the show again. It's bad.
It's not bad.
It's terrible.
There's a reason why it's number one, has so many awards, everyone went crazy over it. There's obviously a reason. It has to be.
I don't
It's
think
good.
so. Like,
I think
'cause
it's brilliant.
I don't, I don't know, because like I've watched it and I think the acting in it is like cringeworthy. Like CW, like so cringeworthy.
But part of it is supposed to be like that. Like it's not a serious historical show. It's like a drama.
But yeah, I guess there's a drama, but like, I feel like if it's supposed to be sort of like that, it takes itself way too seriously.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? Like all the super intense moments in the show that I've like walked in on, I'm just like, this is garbage. Like it's not entertaining to me. It doesn't like catch me, I should say. Like I don't want to say it's a garbage show because like you said, like it obviously has a following. I know. Is it based off of books or are books based off of it?
It's based off of 8 books.
8 books
that have been bestsellers. So they finally made it into a show. And
so are they like? Of course, you've watched all the seasons. Are they even close to like the actual book endings,
yeah.
or is it finished,
no,
or is it more?
We're on season 2, and there's 8 books. There's gonna be a season for each book.
Oh shit! So 8 seasons?
Yep.
Do you think it's gonna be another Game of Thrones where they like kind of what's it called, like kind of throw it off after season 8? Because I know for Game of Thrones people were pissed how season 8 ended.
Honestly, I think it might continue because the writer is still actively writing.
They still write?
Yeah, so I think it's gonna keep going.
That's super long though.
She's been collabing with the director of the show, and now they've written the spin-off together that I've been watching.
There's a spin-off?
Yeah, Queen Charlotte. That's the one I've been watching.
God, how do you make a spin-off of something that's not even finished yet?
I don't know, but they made a what is it called when it's before the story?
Prequel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they made a prequel about the king and queen, and
I think I do remember walking in on you watching that because I remember watching. I don't want to give any spoilers, but there was a sad moment in it, and you were telling me about it.
Oh yeah.
And you were like, I think I was at work, and you were like saying that you were bawling your eyes out over the episode, and I'm just like, it ain't that serious, bro.
It was the last episode. It was intense.
Yeah,
and you probably would have cried too if you watched it.
I don't know. Speaking of crying though, and speaking of sad stories, we watched Guardians of the Galaxy 3 yesterday, so I finished it. Why don't you tell them what you were doing?
Sleeping.
Yeah. So it's fine because she came home from work. She had a long day at work. So I was like, we were supposed to record yesterday actually, but when she got home, like lighting was terrible outside. We didn't really have a good setup. We had to go grocery shopping. We had a whole bunch of stuff to do. So understandably, she fell asleep during the movie because I mean it's a Marvel movie, so they're gonna be long. But I loved it. I thought it was a really good movie.
It was a really good movie.
Like from the parts that you remember, do you remember the ending at all? Don't talk about it because I don't want to give these people spoilers.
I don't.
So the ending wrapped up a lot of stuff in a good way.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of issue that's been happening right now with Marvel, especially like in the shows and stuff. We haven't watched Secret Invasion, but one of our friends did, and they said that it did nothing to advance like the Marvel cinematic universe in any way, which I kind of found weird considering what Secret Invasion like kind of entails. But it wrapped up the Guardians like story in a way that was tasteful. Like it's hard for both of us to talk about this because she fell asleep and I wasn't gonna keep waking her up for it, so I was like, I'm just let her sleep and I'll finish the movie myself. But it was a really good movie. If you have the time, it is on Disney Plus now. We're not sponsored, I wish, but if you have Disney Plus, 100% recommend watching it. I think it is definitely a redemption movie for everything that Marvel has put out since what was the last good Marvel movie? Doctor Strange?
Probably.
Yeah.
I didn't like Love and Thunder.
No, Love and Thunder was garbage.
So
100%. The movie was absolute ass. But yeah, Guardians was really good. So again,
made me cry a couple times.
No, it was sad. Like it was 100. It was very sad, and I like even though like I wasn't crying, I definitely teared up a little bit. Like there was emotions there, and it's a good thing that happened. Because like when you're attached to characters, you want to feel emotions when stuff happens to those characters and when they experience specific things. So I think it's a good thing that we actually did feel some sort of connection to those characters and enjoyed it. Yeah, Guardians is really good. I don't really think there's anything else we're watching right now. I'm getting you into Zom 100, the zombie anime that we were watching. How do you feel about it? I never asked you how you felt about it.
I mean, I don't really know the story because I kind of just hopped in a few episodes with you. Mm-hmm. But I've been into it. I've been watching it, and it looks interesting.
I mean, I thought you watched the first episode with me, but
I did watch the first episode.
I can explain it, like the premise of it super quick. It's not super advanced. Yeah. So like Zom 100 is basically this young dude, probably like our age, like 20 something, gets his first job in the corporate world. And it's interesting because the anime actually kind of talks a little bit about Japanese work culture specifically. Because I don't know if you know, because you're not a weeb, Japanese work culture is very, very toxic. To like, it's normal for people to sleep in the office and not go home for days. Yeah. So that's like a normal occurrence there. Like the Japanese work a lot, especially like the salary man. But essentially, he didn't know what he was signing up for. So he got a job in a corporate that, in a business that he really wanted to break into, and it was fine for.
I remember this in the first episode.
But I say like literally like the first like 15 minutes of him being there, he was fine, and then he was like, "Oh, I gotta work overtime on my first day," and then goes into a downward spiral of him like. Then 3 years later, I think is when the anime happens that he starts like just hating his life and hating his job. Apartment filthy, disgusting, and then he wakes up one day and realizes there's zombies fucking everywhere. And he was like, "Hey, yo, I don't gotta fucking go to work no more." And then he's living his life. Yeah. So the whole point of the show is like, at least right now, it's only 3 episodes in, and you, I think, watched like part of 2 and 3 with me, or I think you watched all of 3 with me. Yeah. With the girl, because they introduced a new character in it. Not really spoilers, but yeah, he makes a bucket list of things that he's always wanted to do, but couldn't really do because he's at work. That's the whole premise of the show. It sounds goofy because it is. It's stupid. But I love it. It's really funny. It's very colorful, really good animation. So yeah, it's pretty good.
We're watching, we haven't watched it in a second, Black Mirror right now.
We only watched one episode.
We watched one episode, but I thought the episode was really good.
It was good. I don't know what it is, but like shows like that make me think too much. And it tires me out.
See, I'm smooth brain, so I just thought it was cool. I just thought the premise was cool. I thought the storyline was intriguing.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I'm trying to examine everything in the code, what certain messages mean. And
I'm just here
like
for the ride.
Yeah, you're just there.
So that's why I like it.
I mean, I like it too. It's not that it's bad. It's just, again, like I get like brain fried from it because I'm trying to look into every single
You're thinking
detail.
Too much. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I just got to stop thinking.
Yeah. Yeah. Just watch.
Yeah, just smooth brain,
just
like you
smooth
said.
brain it. Just watch and watch what the people are doing. And, entertain.
Yeah.
Entertain yourself.
I mean, it's still entertaining. Like I said, it's just like I like stuff like that though, where like there's hidden meanings. Like even the director, what's his name? Jordan Peele. Mm-hmm. I loved his movies. I didn't really care for Up. Or what? Nope, not Up. Yeah. Nope. I didn't care for Nope,
but that's what was that.
So Nope was, at least from the interviews that I've watched, I'm not super versed in this, so like don't take my word as law here. But
no spoilers.
Well, not really spoilers, but like I mean the movie's been out for a while, so just spoiling to you. I mean, watch the fucking movie. But so Jordan Peele talked about like a lot of different things in it. And a lot of the imagery in it, and a lot of the like, what's the word? Like hidden meanings are based around the environment of filmmaking. So that's why like a lot of the stuff didn't click for me. Because I'm just like, I don't know what the fuck this means. And like I was trying really hard to like examine it, but he intentionally makes movies that like you have to really think about.
Yeah.
Like I mean, look at Get Out, a big example of that. I mean, even what's it called? What's the other one he made? Us, right?
Yeah,
is that what it's called? Us was really good. I think Us is still my favorite one.
I thought they were gonna make a sequel by now.
I thought they did.
No.
It's
Wait, did
Us
they?
and Us 2, right? I swear there's two of them.
I think I heard about a sequel, but I don't think they actually released it yet.
I swear there's two. I could be wrong. But either way, it was good. Get Out was good as well, but I feel like Get Out kind of got overplayed. Like
Yeah.
it's a good movie, but I feel like a lot of people like analyzed it to a point where it was just like, yeah, we know what this means now. Like,
Yeah.
we get it. Stop trying to force it down our throats. Really good imagery in the movie. Nothing against like Jordan Peele's stuff, but a lot of people overanalyzed it and were just like, it like turned me off from it after a bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like stuff that makes me think about like what this could mean. Black Mirror again intentionally does that. It's interesting to me.
Yeah.
Like it's like figuring out a puzzle. So bringing it all around full circle, I like the show. it just tires me out.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I feel like I'd rather watch it and be in the moment and enjoy it, and then later on look up what things meant and be like, oh.
I guess that's true too, like a hindsight sort of thing. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that because I feel like
so I'm not frying my brain while I'm watching it.
Yeah, I guess you're right because it kind of is like taking away the enjoying of it if you're really trying too hard to like overanalyze it. So I can see that argument now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I don't mind getting back into it and trying to watch it again. It's just one thing that we do as a couple is we always, or at least try to always, have dinner together. The only times we really don't is if like I'm at work, because again, my work hours suck. Like I work from 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. We can't eat together. So like when we do have days at home together, like for example today, like when we have dinner, we usually put on a show or a movie to watch. So we're pretty big into like watching stuff together. Sometimes we watch something new. Sometimes we watch something interesting like Black Mirror and stuff like that. And other times we just watch something stupid. Like we've been getting back into Powerpuff Girls.
Powerpuff Girls and what else? Something that's
Tom
that
and
one
Jerry?
show about Tom and Jerry. The one show about like the Pawn people.
Pawn Stars?
No, not Pawn Stars.
Oh,
the Hillbillies.
Oh fuck! What is it called?
Swap Shop.
Swap Shop. Yeah.
Swap Shop.
Swap Shop's actually okay.
And then I got into, for a very short period, me and you watching that crocodile show.
Oh yeah. Do you remember what it was called?
No.
So I don't remember what it was called either, but in this crocodile show, it was literally like some Australian dude in like, he had like a company where they literally just rescued, or rather like wrangled crocodiles that were like in like pasture areas. I guess in fucking Australia, of course, like where they have like their cattle and shit pasture to eat grass and shit. And sometimes swampy, so there'll be crocs there, and they'll fucking eat the cows and shit. So these guys, their job is to literally remove crocodiles from those areas, and they bring them to like their own like zoo in a sense. It was pretty interesting because like before watching this show, I didn't think crocodiles were that fucking strong.
Oh yeah.
I knew they were strong, but like to put it into perspective, I learned in this show that crocodiles, like, they do this thing called a death roll, where like if you try to like grab them or something, they literally just fucking swirl in the water.
Yeah.
If they land on you while doing that, your bone is broken.
Yeah.
Like there's no ifs, ands, or buts. If they land on your leg, it's broken because they weigh like a ton.
Yeah.
They weigh like a fucking car.
Yeah.
And like I didn't think that they were really that powerful or strong. Like I knew they were strong, but like
they're heavy.
Yeah, exactly. So like it was pretty cool to me to watch that because like they had a whole method. It was tense. Like they had to fucking
throw a rag on his eyes.
So like there was a whole process. So like
duct tape.
The day before, they would set up a cage. Like they would get like literally 4 different walls, set up a cage with like fucking bungee cord ropes together, put it in some water, throw a fucking dead pig in it, and like, here, Crocky, come get it. And then the crocodile would get stuck in the trap, and then they'd go the next day and wrangle the motherfucker. And like, it was so weird because like there was one guy that had a fucking rope, right? The rope goes over the top snout, and it has to be secured like behind their like teeth. And then once they have that, they throw a fucking rag, like literally, like you said, they throw a rag.
Hold on. The thing is, there's such modern technology and tools
Yeah.
and things you can use to capture any animal or certain baits and certain traps, automatic shit.
Mhm.
Instead, their tools are a makeshift trap, a piece of rope, duct tape, and a rag.
I forgot about the duct tape.
Duct tape, and it's really household
So-
items to catch.
So yeah, so they put the trap down. They throw the rope over the snout so that they can try to get like control of their like biting in a sense. Then they throw a rag over its head, and when you throw the rag on its face, it loses its shit. The crocodile starts spinning. But they need to blind it so that way it can't like see where to attack pretty much. So it's like a blind rage rather than a targeted rage in a sense. So it's smarter, you know. But they throw a rag over it. They then the fucking dude jumps on its back, grabs a roll of duct tape, and duct tapes its mouth shut.
Yeah,
And then the funniest part to me when they did this was when they fucking hog-tied it. Do you want to explain how they hog-tied them?
Yeah, they tied them with their hands behind their backs and then just fucking airlift them.
So not their front arms, the back ones.
Yeah.
So they would fold the back legs like fucking chicken wings.
Yep.
over like their tail, and then they would just duct tape them together, and then they would literally like tow truck them into like a truck or something. Like they'd fucking drag their ass in the water, and they would roll while they do it though. So like they could still definitely get hurt, which is interesting. Like I'm laughing about it, but like that shit's dangerous as shit. No, I could not get paid any amount of money to fucking wrangle a crocodile, no matter the size. Like,
what the thing is, they balling on a budget because their total equipment amount is probably not even much.
I mean, it's not even that though, because like you got to also think, because they have helicopters, they have boats. You got to keep that stuff fueled. I mean, they have money. Like that dude was building a house, like by like the classic Australian way, I guess. Like the man fucking grabbed a 2x4 and set that shit down himself. Like they were building a house. So and they have money. Like they got money. Shit, rightfully. I would hope so. Like if I'm getting paid less than 6 figures to wrangle a crocodile, I'm not doing the shit. They just gonna eat the cows.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that show was wild. I completely forgot we watched that, honestly.
And the fact that they brought their baby to every
yeah. What was
every
his name was Banjo,
Banjo,
right?
Banjo.
They named their kid Banjo, right? Let's just. If you think it's a cute.
It's called Wild Croc Territory.
You remember the name? Okay, Wild Croc Territory. They named their kid Banjo.
Yep.
Cute kid. I don't really like the name, by the way. But
Banjo.
it's not my kid, so whatever. Banjo, it's cute. Yeah, they would like walk around with their kid. There was one episode where they were walking around like some fucking marsh or some bullshit, and they like pulled the car over to like look at like nature. I forgot the fucking premise. They like pull the car over, and then there's a crocodile in the fucking water. And the kid's just like sitting there like, ooh! And then the dad's like, oh, back up, Banjo. Back up a little bit. Like, not even like enforcing it, but it was just like, hey, Banjo, just move a little bit. So the dad tries to wrangle, I remember the episode out of it, dad tries to wrangle the crocodile by himself, and he couldn't do it. So then he's like, hey, honey, bring gas.
Yeah,
he called his wife over to help, and she was wearing like a white dress, and like, she wasn't even worried about getting fucking killed by a crocodile. She was like, oh, my dress, it's going to get full of mud. And it did. They got the crocodile. She also had to, like, you know, since they used rags, he didn't have a rag with him. So she cut part of her dress to throw over the fucking crocodile's head.
Yeah.
To blind it or whatever. So
that's kind of raw.
It's pretty badass. But it's also like, why would you fucking bring your kid? Well, I mean, you're in Australia, you know, ground zero. So there's going to be animals everywhere, I guess. Like that episode where they had the snake in their house. They had an episode where the dad was doing his fucking croc shit, and then the mom found like a big ass snake inside the pantry, and she was like, I hope it's not this specific snake, because if it's this specific snake, it's a big problem. It was a regular ass like big snake, I guess.
Yeah, and she called her husband about it.
Yeah, and she was like freaking out.
He was
like,
acting like it was a spider. He's like, just get it, honey.
Yeah, he's like, just grab the fucking snake.
Grab the fucking snake. What are you doing?
She did grab the fucking snake, by the way.
Yeah, she did do that.
After it shit all over
Ew.
the fucking. It was in her kid's room, by the way. Banjo was just playing with his fucking toys.
That was the
next
first
to
time
the
I saw
snake.
snake shit.
Yeah, it's nasty. It's shit. It's not gonna be pretty,
Yeah.
you know. But yeah, that's what we've been watching or what we watched in the past.
Yeah.
I kind of want to segue over to a little bit different. So this is couch co-op. You know, I'm a big gamer. You're not super big into games, but you will play some co-op games with me. We've played we played It Takes Two together.
Mm-hmm.
We liked that game.
The block game.
What was that called? I know what game you're talking about.
Something squared, I think.
Yeah, it was something squared. Fuck, what was it called? I don't remember what it was called. But so in this block game, it was on the Switch. I remember. It was like a puzzle game. You just like move around to certain areas. You had to reach a goal, etc. It was hard after a while. Like at first, like I'm a big puzzle guy when it comes to games, so I wasn't really struggling with them. I was guiding her through a lot of them because she's not super experienced with it, which is fine. But I remember there was a few puzzles where she was looking at me like, "What do I do?" And I'm just like, "I don't fucking know. I guess go here." And then she would die and she'd get mad at me like,
Yeah.
"I thought you were supposed to go here." And I'm like, "I'm sorry."
Oh my god. I kind of want to pick up on it.
We
We're
could
on level
try.
like 50, I think.
We were pretty well. We would have to start over because remember I got a new Switch now.
Oh.
Yeah, I got a new Switch, guys. You know, I'm a big Zelda fan, as you see from the Octorok behind her head. We call him Bubby. So when Tears of the Kingdom was coming out, I really, 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 really wanted the OLED that came with it. But my issue was at first like I already have a Switch, you know. But like fucking a message from above, my Switch started acting up. My Joy-Cons were really bad. And my mom was saying that she really wanted a Switch. But knowing my mom, even though Mommy Blue isn't necessarily a big gamer, she used to be when she was a kid. So she still has a gamer's heart, you know. So I gave her my old one and ended up getting the OLED because it's Zelda, and I really wanted. I think it was this year, right, where I said I really wanted a collector's item from any game.
Mm-hmm.
Kingdom Hearts 4 didn't come out because I'm a big Kingdom Hearts fan, and that's not coming out, so I'm fucking 40. So I got the Zelda Switch. Don't really regret it. It's a nice Switch. But yeah, we would have to re-download it. And I don't think it backed up its cloud save, so we would have to start from the beginning. But
Okay.
it's whatever. Other than that, I mean, we played like Mario Bros, Mario Kart, a bunch of party games together.
Yeah.
I'm saying all this because the new Mario game, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, I showed you the direct for it where it has like, you know, where Mario turns into a fucking elephant. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
I'm really looking forward to that. Not much more news has come out about it, but it still looks fun. Like, I don't know if you remember it much, but the art style looked great.
Yeah, it looked really cool.
It looked like it kind of had more like a free roamish sort of thing, because you know how traditional Mario plays, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you run through a stage, there's a timer, you got to get to this thing before the timer, etc. It doesn't look like there's a timer in this one, which is interesting because it makes me feel like you can kind of just explore in this more, which is a cool thing, I think. Do you have any thoughts about it at all?
I thought it was pretty cool. I think it was a little bit different than the usual art style, and I like the music too.
The music seems like it's gonna be good.
Mm-hmm.
I know you can play as Yoshi.
Mm-hmm.
I found that out like recently that Yoshi's a playable character, which I'm super excited about. For those who don't know, Yoshi is my favorite Mario verse character. I love Yoshi. She's a big Princess Daisy lady.
Yes. And Peach.
Oh yeah, speaking of Peach, I showed you that preview to that Peach game. I know you are not familiar with any Peach games. Granted, there's only been one, and it was on DS, and it was like, I never played it, but from what I remember, it was like a side scroller, like kind of like Mario, except Peach. For this Peach game, what would you like? Like, what would you like this Peach game to be?
I would like it to be unique, not Mario but Peach. Because I feel like that's just
Mario but Peach.
Mario but Peach.
Yeah.
I would like her own story, because it's always related to Mario. It's always she's trapped.
So like a different villain sort of thing.
A different villain, or her just on her own journey, instead of having all Mario, Luigi on her ass trying to save her.
So do you think like
she got captured? You gotta get away from Bowser.
Gotcha. Do you think that Oh, speaking of cat, we got one here.
We got Maya.
This is Maya. We call her Stink. Hello, Maya.
This is Stinky. Stinky, say hello.
You might hear her purring or something. They're gonna hurt these people's ears.
Little cat ASMR.
She breathes a little heavy.
Yeah.
What was I saying? Oh, so do you think that like you wouldn't want Bowser to be a villain in this?
No.
Would you want any of them to be referenced in it, or just like a whole different thing?
No, I just want her own complete
just
journey.
Whole thing.
Her own villains, her own, like, she went off by herself and is facing challenges.
So would you want it to be like platformer style, or would you like I don't know if you've ever seen me play Paper Mario, like in that sense. Would you want like a different style of game altogether, or would you? It looks like it's already going to be unique, by the way. Like she's on like it's like a weird 2D 3D like stage, which kind of makes me feel like Paper Mario esque. But they've been kind of fumbling the bag with that series. I don't think they would go there. So how would you imagine, like, if you were to design a Peach game, what would you do?
I'd make it similar to Mario with the what is it called, the
side scrolling platformer.
Yeah, just because it's such a classic, like everyone loves it, everyone can play it. So I'd probably make it similar to that, but have a little twist on it.
Well, what would you have like a twist, if you can think of it? Like,
yeah, I don't know.
Would you make like new enemies, a new power up?
Yeah, new power up, new enemies, maybe another like girl somewhere in there, like
so like
for a multiplayer feature.
So would you have like
Daisy
like an
appears to help you?
So like an established female character already? Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I wonder if they will do something like that, because that's something I feel like it's uncharted territory. You know, like kind of appealing to the, I guess, female audience of Mario, which is kind of weird to say, because I mean, bitches love Mario. I mean, Mario got bitches, you know.
Yeah.
But like, I guess like a single like only female game where like you have Princess Peach, Rosalina, Daisy, and Pauline. I feel like there's more. Actually, I don't think there is. I think there's only 4. But, you know, having those 4, which is fine, because usually Mario's a 4-player game, you know. But yeah, that would be pretty interesting. I hope that they do it justice. I hope that it actually is good, because I would be interested in playing a Peach game. Like, Peach isn't necessarily a favorite character of mine, but if it's a decent looking game, it has good mechanics, like I like Mario, so I would think I would like Peach, you know. I was actually thinking about replaying Paper Mario on stream, but that's a long game, so I think I'm gonna wait on that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I kind of hope that it's like Paper Mario and they kind of go back to the original Paper Mario roots, because Origami King, which is the most recent Paper Mario, was good in my opinion. Like, I didn't have a problem with it, but there was a lot of times where I felt like the game was way too easy. But on a counter argument, there were times where that game was really fucking hard. Like the battling system in that game was very unique and sometimes hard in a sense where like you had to really think about it and you were limited in time. And it was really hard in certain aspects. So I don't think Paper Mario Origami King was bad. But I can understand why people didn't necessarily enjoy it, because it's one of those things where like it's not a traditional Paper Mario game in a sense. So like people are going to be sticklers for that. Like kind of how like people don't like when Pokemon is changed. Yeah. Sort of thing. Like Pokemon is like that too, where people don't like different aspects. Like every time there's a new Pokemon game, there's a new issue. Yeah. Speaking of Pokemon, we got a few here. Yeah. You know. So.
We got Snorlax.
The Snorlax. Who's this one? You got it. Come on. You got it.
Mimikyu.
There you go. There you go. And then we have little Squirty. Oh, I scared my cat. I have Squirtle behind me. He's sleeping.
And we have
Mushroom.
Mushroom.
Yeah. That was under the bed, by the way.
Yeah.
I found it because I gave it to her a while ago, and she was like, "Oh, thank you," and threw it under the bed. But
No, I did not.
for Pokemon, I know I asked you to download Pokemon Sleep. How do you feel about it? I know you haven't used it. Honestly, I stopped using it too. But like,
Hmm.
what was your initial thoughts on it?
I thought it was a cool idea to get people to have fun and also try to get healthy sleep
Mm-hmm.
because you can appeal to a lot of people with Pokemon,
Mm-hmm.
and then if you relate it to like health, that's a good connection to make. And it was pretty. I don't know how accurate it was,
Not at all.
but it says I only slept 4 hours when I swear I slept like 8.
Yeah. So that's
Um,
a big issue with it.
yeah.
A few of my buddies, so you know David and Steven, they have their own podcast, which, by the way, plug. Well, go ahead and watch theirs, Black City Podcast. Great content. Either way, they were talking about Pokemon Sleep, and I learned that like it's not very very accurate. Steven brought up a few points. He's a big Pokemon buff.
Hmm.
And he talked about how it feels like a game, but there's no game aspects to
Yeah.
it. Also, there's like a premium version that you can buy, and the premium version has stuff that seems like essential to like a regular version. Like it comes with like a sleep diary
Oh.
and actually has like audio recordings of you sleeping.
Oh, you can get that stuff from other apps. For free.
Exactly. So that's why I was asking what your opinion was on it, even though you haven't really used it, because I wanted to see the opinion of somebody who like was barely exposed to it.
Because I've had actual sleep apps that do a lot more.
Yeah, exactly. That's the argument a lot of people make.
Mm-hmm.
I stopped using it because it doesn't feel like it feels pointless.
Yeah, it's I
Like
don't know.
it's inaccurate with how it reads your sleep, and then it's also it's the game aspect of it just isn't entertaining.
No, I
like,
just be skipping through it.
Yeah, I don't touch it. Like
Yeah.
I don't play it until the very end of the day, because you're supposed to like feed Snorlax meals during the day. It's supposed to collect berries and make friendships and all that. It's very weird.
Honestly,
So
when I lay down, I just want to go to sleep.
exactly. I mean, it's not like a chore, I don't
Yeah.
really think, but it's not something that really feels like it's worth the time it takes. Because, like, I usually don't, like, I'm a night owl, so I'll stay up. Oh, ignore that. Sorry.
It's our smart feeder.
Yep. I'm waiting for it to stop. Anyway. Our cat's already eating it, so he's probably clunking her in the head.
Yeah.
But yeah, it didn't feel worth. That I was also kind of trying to segue into they're releasing merch for it.
Really?
Yeah, they have. You know how like you can catch Pokemon sleeping? They have sleeping Pokemon.
I think I'd buy that.
I mean,
Sleeping Pokemon? That's cute.
but it's also like, is that the whole marketing for the app? You know, like
Yeah.
just a few seconds of watching a Pokemon sleep. They have a Cubone one. I know you love Cubone, so you can check that out. But
I like Pokemon and I like sleep.
there you go.
So-
But you don't like the app.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. It's not fun
Mm-hmm.
to me. And when I do it at night, it's kind of like there shouldn't be as much talking.
I get what you're
It's
saying.
like I want to go to bed. I'm not gonna read all these subtitles. Like
That's fair.
just let me like feed Snorlax and go to sleep.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, we're getting a little cut on time.
Yes, we are. I'm starving.
I'm sorry. Yeah, she didn't eat. She came home from work, and I'm just like, get ready, we're recording. So
Yeah.
I'm bad husband or fiance. Yeah. So this was our first episode of Couch Co-op.
Yep.
We're gonna be trying to do this weekly. This one right here, again, like you heard earlier, she's in her third year of law school, so she's gonna be soon enough studying for the bar and stuff like that. Because you graduate in December, right?
Yep.
You know, graduates in December. You know, I'm so proud of her. But yeah,
Might
she's
be a
gonna
little
be
sporadic around that time.
yeah, that's what I was gonna kind of get at, is that
Yeah.
you know, we're gonna try to do this as much as we can. Until then, we should be able to upload weekly, so please look forward to that. Appreciate it. Also, of course, catch my streams when I go live. You'll be notified if you subscribe. You know, press that little red button. Leave a like, leave a comment. Let us know what you guys think. We're just here to have fun. We're chilling. We might get a better setup next time.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll catch you guys later, and